In this video, we go over making that important first connection to the IoT port. Whether your intent is to use the field bus only or the IoT solution options, this is where you need to start. First, make sure that the AL159x is connected directly to your PC. With power applied to the master, make a connection from the IoT port on the master to your PC network card or dongle. Why is it only the IoT port we can connect to? Because network security. And there is also no web server on the field bus side. This connection cannot be made if your network card is set for a static IP address because the IoT port is set for DHCP and locked. The only way to find the AL159x is by setting your network card to obtain an IP address automatically. What is the IP address that we are looking for? There's no default. There are, however, two solutions here. The first is to use the NetSetter tool. I prefer this because it is then a simple copy and paste of the IP address into a browser. The second is to use the serial number on the side of the master and then find the formatting required in the manual to then put it in a browser. Again, prefer number one when it works. Writing a serial number down or taking a picture on my phone it just takes longer. So let's start with option one. With your network connection now set to obtain an IP address automatically, you should find the AL159x IoT port 3 times for some reason here in the NetSetter tool. Nevertheless, with this IP address, we can now go to a browser and type it into the address bar to get to the web server. If for some reason we do not find the IoT port, first, double check you have set obtain an IP address automatically for your network card. Still nothing? Okay. Option number two, here we go. Find the serial number on the side of your AL159x master. We're going to bring the master a little closer. We're going to turn it over on its back so we get a good look at its right side here. And this is where you'll find the serial number. Now, in a new browser tab, follow this format using your AL159x serial number instead. Just as of a note here, you'll see that in NetSetter you can also find the serial number and the string here to use as well. I've seen a few cases where the master can't be found for whatever PC related issue, but putting the network adapter in to obtain an IP address automatically, and then going to we can put that in here and type local, all right, and then password. That's our default. We're going to hit OK. It's going to ask that we go to port 443, which is secure. We're going to have to put in password. And then it's going to force us to create a new password. Pound. Press OK. The default password has been changed. And then it asks you to prove that you remember what you put in. All right, so first things first, for most customers, we're not going to go to the tree view, we're going to go into device. Okay, you'll see here that the web server is connected to this master. And so what we want to do to make any changes to this master is going to click on the little gearbox here. And once we're in here, let's see the first few things we might want to do. Let's see, these are all settings of the ports. That's not the first thing I would do once I was in here. Once I was in here, I would go to connections and this HTTPS server 0. If we click enable and assign data, this allows us to connect to the Moneo software. Once it's been updated, you'll see you have to reboot the device before that can happen. It also allows you to use the field bus side of the master, and it unlocks that port as well. So that's the first thing that I would suggest doing for most customers. And let's see here, system settings. This is where we would come in, and you'll see the security tab here. Um, we have the sign in, right? It's the sign in is always going to be admin. But if you don't want to use a password to sign in to the master, we click unclick and hit assign data. And then once you do that, right, for proof of concept or just tinkering around or using at the lab, I don't want to have to sign into this thing every time or forget my password and have to do a factory reset to get back in. Then it pops you back out. We hit device, we hit connect, connect to, I have to reboot. Okay. So definitely had to reboot so I could jump back into it. But once you do that, I can now come up here and just type in serial number.local, and it pops me right into the web server without requesting credentials. There'll be other videos after this with some other details. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.